Evening everyone, welcome back to my channel. Thanks for stopping by and having a look at this gorgeous gift with me. I cannot believe my luck. I was contacted by the wonderful Tim Jeffs, which you all know now how much I'm in love with him and how I love to do his realistic images, and boy does this book do it. So he sent me this, asked me if I'd like to do it, and sent me this edition of his PDF book, Wildcats. Now, I don't think I've ever been, well, speechless like I was. Like I said in the last video, I nearly fell off my chair to know that Tim Jeffs, the man that we love and we colour his images in awe because his art, let's face it, is second to none, was contacting me, you know, and I needed the boost so much, and it really did that. So I want to say a big thank you to Tim himself, because without him this video wouldn't have been possible. So he gave me a choice of 3 and I went with Wildcats because I love how Tim Jeffs cares passionately about endangered species. Included in this book is a colouring tutorial, which you have to understand I am going to skip over because you need to purchase the book really to get that colouring tutorial. He gives you the colours, he shows you how to do it. So let me stop waffling. I put a protective case on it and made it into a little book because I want to keep it all together and pristine. So they just slide off, and I'll put a link in the description box below when I'm finished, and you just get a plastic film cover. So for the purposes of this video I'll take that off just so that we can get a good look at everything that's going on. So here's his front cover, which indicates some of the fantastic images that we're about to see. Now I have just copied this onto normal copy paper, but I'll show you why in a minute. Okay, so in the front of this book, I have to read it to you because it's so wonderful. It says, "For Jane, Jenna and Harrison, dedicated to all my wonderful colourists who have supported my art and made my drawings more beautiful with their colours, and all their precious creatures that we live among. And a special thank you goes to Jo Warren for her continued support, beautiful colourings, colouring lesson, and the colouring lessons that make this book so special." So Jo Warren is the admin for Tim Jeffs Art Facebook group, and is an incredibly lovely, friendly lady who really does try to support us in that group, and who was the one that sent me this image, and we've been emailing. So the images you see on a lot of the front covers of the books is Jo Warren's beautiful colouring, and it's just outstanding. So I want to say a big thank you to her for her inspiration for many of the images of Tim's that I've coloured. So isn't that wonderful? And Tim himself, when we were chatting, said could I mention her and how hard she works and how lovely she is. So thank you so much, Jo, for everything that you do to bring Tim's work alive to us. So this is the Wildcats sketchbook thoughts, where he talks about his drawings and why. And here is the beginning of the colouring lesson. And I've covered up purposely the colours that are going to be used, because obviously I don't want anybody stealing that. Like, you know, the book has to be purchased to get the lesson. It gives you a little bit about the cheetah and why he chose to do that. And this cheetah was coloured by Jo Warren. So it says, on the next page I will walk you through the colouring of a cheetah, which is on page 2 of the colouring book. Cheetahs are the fastest land animal, reaching speeds of 128 km or 80 miles an hour. For this drawing I wanted to capture the glory of the cheetah in full spirit. As you colour it, I hope you can imagine the cheetah speeding by you. This beautiful colouring of the cheetah was done by Jo Warren. Many thanks for her creative and inspirational step-by-step photos. Isn't that lovely? So I'm skipping past that because, like I say, you need to purchase the book. Now he gives you a list of the animals and their categories that they fall into, whether they're extinct or of least concern. I just find it horrifying to the thought of a world without these beautiful creatures. So here is his platforms. So we've got the Facebook group, join Tim's colouring group, Intricate Ink colouring group, and Tim Jeff's art. I will put all these in the link below so that you can find them all. Go over and say hi to Jo Warren and tell her that I sent you. That would be really lovely. Say hi to Tim as well. And then he has a new website, timjeffsart.com. He says it's the home on the, is my home on the web where I display all of my work and various projects. I hope you can stop by for a visit. You'll find my new shop where signed and unsigned prints of all my animal drawings are available to purchase, along with the complete library of my digital download colouring books and grayscale colouring lessons. In the conservation section you can see the project that I am very proud of. Using my art to preserve wildlife is so important to me. Isn't that lovely? So here's a little bit about all the Wildcats that are in here, and gives you the status that they're in. Okay, and then you get your lovely index of everything that's going to be in here. So we have 15 gorgeous images. I think actually I can afford to bring you in a little bit now. There we go. So it is just a 15 pages of wow. So here we go. Let me get my index page out so that I can tell you what they are. I think I'm pronouncing this correctly. I'll try and do my best, and I apologise if I'm out. You know what my pronunciation is like. So this one is a carkle. Let's have a look at his while you take in that glorious artwork. And he is of least concern at the moment on the endangered species. This is the glorious image that you get if you buy this book, and the colouring tutorial that you'll get for all the colouring lesson that you can get from Jo Warren herself. Isn't that magnificent? Absolutely incredible. Okay. Right, let's have a look. This one is the clouded leopard. I don't need the index, it's right there. The clouded leopard status is vulnerable. I just can't imagine a world without these beautiful creatures. What are we doing to our world, eh? So Tim has said in one of the pages that let's bring awareness to people through our art, and my goodness, it's certainly opened my eyes when I read the figures that are of these vulnerable creatures. This one, his little face reminds me of, you know, Puss in Boots in what's it called? Shrek. You know, those big eyes. That's what it reminds me of. And he is a flat-headed cat. I've never heard of that. But isn't he adorable? A lot of them are landscape. Look at this one. Absolutely stunning. He is an Iberian lynx. And he is endangered. Isn't that sad? Gosh, look at that little beard. And his little stubby tail. Gorgeous. Okay, number 6 is a cougar. Let me find him. At the moment he's of least concern, but it still means that they're, you know, we still need to look out for them. Just, you have to look at that. Oh, I do apologise. Let me move him, centralise him for you. Have to look at that art. And I know I keep saying it, but what I wouldn't give to be able to draw like that. It's so detailed. And I know people are thinking this is scary. It really isn't. I keep saying the better the artwork, the better the illustration, the better your colouring turns out. Trust me, honestly. I'll show you. We'll do a colour along. Look at this one. Can you guess what he is? He is a jaguar. Isn't he beautiful? Look at that face. He's clearly stalking something. And he is near threatened. It's just tragic, isn't it? You know, we have the power to stop this, and I don't know. It's very sad. Okay, I'm not sure I'm pronouncing this correctly, but he is, for me, it's called a cod, and he is vulnerable in his status. Look at how he does it. I just don't know. So realistic. I wonder how many hours it takes Tim to put a book together like this. Oh my gosh, look. Look, 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 look. I'm going to zoom out so you can get this one. Look at him. This is a leopard. And very sadly, this magnificent creature is vulnerable in his status. Isn't that beautiful? So, so sad. Okay, moving on from the sadness, let's celebrate Tim's work, you know, and the beautiful gift that he's given to our channel. Of course, this needs no introduction at all. This is our magnificent king of the jungle, the lion. Look at him, isn't he magnificent? Oh my goodness. So, a lion is vulnerable. You wouldn't believe it, would you, that lions, you know, there may come a day where we don't have any. I just can't, like I say, can't imagine a world without them. So, then we get the Onchilla. Isn't that gorgeous? And you can see very much where the domestic cat, wildcat crossover, can't you? That looks like some kind of domestic cat, can't you? Can't you? Doesn't it? Okay, so he is vulnerable in his status. Obviously, when you get the book, it tells you about a little bit more about each creature, including how many are left in the wild, and the statistics are shocking. They really are. Okay. This is a palace cat. Again, looks like a domestic cat, doesn't he? I don't know what colours he is. I'd have to Google him. And he is least concern in his status at the moment. What do these statuses mean? Now, he has put them up. He did give us that, didn't he? I'm just flipping and trying to find it. Okay. So, least concern, it says a species that has been evaluated but not qualified for any other category on the list. Okay. Vulnerable, which we've heard a lot about, is a species likely to become endangered unless the circumstances are threatening. Unless the circumstances that are threatening its survival and reproduction improve. Endangered, a species that is considered very likely to become extinct. So that's really quite scary, isn't it? Okay. Sorry about that. I just want you to have a really good understanding of... So this is our magnificent saber-toothed tiger. Isn't he gorgeous? And he is obviously extinct. Sadly. Look at those teeth. I was going to say tusks. They are more like tusks, aren't they? It's hard to believe that these are drawn, hand-drawn by somebody. It just blows my mind that somebody can sit and focus. Now, for me, this is what sold this book to me all over. I am in awe of this image. Look at it. So this is our Siberian tiger. So, Tim tells us that it's native to Russia, to the Russian Far East, northeast China and possibly Korea. And I don't think anybody will believe it when I give you the statistics. There are only 331 to 393 adults alive in the wild. And he is endangered. Isn't that sad? Magnificent, majestical beast. So, I am going to do a colour along with you in this, and I have been out and I brought some special paper, and I want to share it with you. Actually, I will link it down below because it is incredible. This is cartridge paper, so you get a texture on it which is perfect for your colouring. and it goes through a printer. It's only 140 GSMs, but it is absolutely brilliant. And the other magical thing about it is it's sized for extra wet strength, and it's acid free, so it's not going to change colour on you. And my pastels work really well on it too. So I chose this image, and like me, I've printed it out ready for us to do on this beautiful cartridge paper. And like me, I have to practice so I don't fluff it up in front of you. So I've started to experiment on this beautiful face, and we're going to do it together. I want to take the fear out of these images because everything's there that you need. Just a Google image and Tim's gorgeous work, and off you go. Seriously, it's just magic. Okay, where was I? I'm getting in a muddle now with all my bits and bobs. I want my list back out. So then we've got, apologies, my hands I'm having trouble today. The gorgeous snow leopard. Isn't he fantastic? Right, let me find the page, so I've messed myself up now. Bear with me. Oh, I do apologise, I'm so sorry, I'm all over the place. Okay, getting there. There we are. Okay, and the snow leopard is vulnerable, less than 10,000. It's tragic, isn't it? Let me see. Okay, that was the final image. Then we come to the back, which I'm going to bring you in so you can get a good view of. So, these are all the books that are available. I have that one. And I want that one. I've got that one. And now, oh, you've got Tim Jeff's merchandise too. Look at that mug. So he's got Etsy, which I will link down below. A Society 6 shop, where you can buy his merchandise, I presume. Redbubble shop. And Visual Print shop. Okay, and I will put those all in a link down below, and let's not forget Tim's website. Okay, and there he is, picture of him drawing. Okay, so I will link all of these in the description box below. Okay, and there are all, if I can try and get it all in, there's a lot. Let me zoom out slightly. So there's a lot of digital colouring books. There's loads of them. And these are lessons, colouring lessons, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I have to admit, I haven't been on to look at the lessons, but there might be more, I'm not sure. We'll have to go and check it out. Birds we've got, I did a flip through of that, and we did a colour along in that. And then we've got all these too. Look at that one. Back from the Brink. Oh, that looks good. So I know where I'm going. I just adore his work, and I know you all do too. So the plan for me is to take the fear out of colouring any of these gorgeous images. So I'm going to upload this as a flip through, because my intention was to do a flip through and then go straight into a colour along. I think it'll be too long. Please, please, if you love this book and you love Tim's work, go over to Facebook, go over to his website, go and say hello to Jo Warren and tell her that Lucy Just Adds Colour sent you. That would be lovely. And let's celebrate this fabulous artist's work and his hard work in bringing vulnerable animals to the forefront of people's mind. We can change things if we stick together. So folks, thank you so much for sticking with me and watching while I flip through all my pieces of paper. I'm trying to find the front cover to put it back together for you so you can see what it is. There we go. So Wildcats, Tim Jeff's. Okay, yeah, go over, check it out. And I'm going to be filming tonight while I'm sitting here, putting together the rest of, if I can find that, the Siberian tiger colour along that I want to do using pastels. And I'll show you just how easy it is, and it takes the fear out of these images. Alright my lovely folks, thank you so much for coming along while I showed you this awesome out of this world gift that we've received. So until we do the colour along together, take care of yourselves, and I'll see you very soon. Bye bye.